need focus. Power overwhelming.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Taco Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Sn0w versus Mihu the Great. It's going to be China versus Korea here on Sylphid. One heck of a game sent to me by RJB. Left side, it is Sn0w. Right side, it is Mihu the Great. Depending on how well he does today, I will call him Mihu the Great, or Mihu the Okay, or Mihu the Poor. We will find out how he does here today against Sn0w, man. Dude, Sn0w is a monster against everyone, even against Soulkey, even in an ASL, man. Taking Soulkey to 7 games in ASL 19 and 18. Yo, that is a monster thing to do. So, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. It's not going to be, I think it's not going to be a Nexus first on this 3-player map because the Terran has a 50% chance to scout you and shut it down, which is a little bit too high, I think, of a risk to take in this PvT versus Mihu. Yeah, so we did have an excellent Mihu the Great game last week, and if you want a link to it, let me know. I will respond to your comment. I read every comment anybody ever makes on the channel. There are not so many that I cannot keep up, so again, if you have a question for me, YouTube comments are a great place. If you want some feedback, again, YouTube comments as well. So, what are we going to go ahead and promote here today? We'll say Facebook. How about that? If you are on Facebook, and I know the young kids are not on Facebook these days, but hey, my demographics are 35 to 45-year-old dudes. So I think some of you are still on Facebook. Check it out. There's a link in the description. I post little clips of my whatever I'm doing here, StarCraft, Expedition 33, Deus Ex, and just, 30-second clips of whatever Falcon doing. And yeah, if you want a little bit of StarCraft, I do post a StarCraft video every single day there. 30 seconds to 45 seconds. Go ahead and click that link in the description and bam, you will be following. Well, I guess you have to click it and then hit follow. Anyway, whatever, do it. So, we've got ourselves a racks here. We've got some gas here. We've got a factory in Mihu's eyes here. Supply depot, harassing. Not an Nexus first. We've got a cyber core and gas here from Sn0w. We've got Steve the SCV scouting at the 12 o'clock position saying, huh, no Protoss. Just like our friend Sn0w did and said, huh, no Terran. Intriguing. Factory coming up. Cybernetics core finishing up. We've got Dragoons versus Vultures into the early side of this PvT here on Sylphid. Should be good. Should it be great. Robert the Zealot moving out. Again, merch with Robert the Zealot at falconpaladin.store. We've got mugs. We've got t-shirts. We've got ourselves we got a shirt with a Dark Templar slicing up a Marine. If that interests you, Protoss fans. Terran fans, just ignore that. Oh, but we got a Terran Marine stomping on a Zerg. So, again, check it out. Terran Factory, building. We've got a Nexus, expanding. We've got a bunker, building. Did I already say that? I think we did. Anyway, hope you guys are doing all right here in July of 2025. Can you... Again, I say this sometimes, but back in 1998, when StarCraft came out, did you have any thought that in the year 2025, this game would still be awesome, would still be played, would still be incredibly fun? I don't know. I don't know if I thought that. I don't know if I thought that far ahead, but I definitely kind of assumed that StarCraft would be around for a very, very long time because this game knocked my socks off when it released. I was obsessed with it before it came out, the day it came out, after it came out, and still obsessed to it, or with it to this day. Machine shop, cool. First upgrades. We're going to say spider mines. That's my guess. Nothing yet, but it doesn't mean we're not going to get anything here in the next 10 seconds, does it? No. Robotics facility coming in. Singularity charge, and yeah, nothing crazy here, but it's an RJB recommended replay. Something in the you should cast this soon folder, which sometimes I don't have the time. Like, he sends me, 5 to 6 replays a day sometimes, and I'm like, well, I cast one of these a day. So sometimes he doesn't send me anything, so I guess it does kind of even out. Anyway, look at his spider mines. Hooray! Falcon wins. He wins the game of guessing which upgrade Mihu the Great will prioritize in this game. Going to be them spider mines, which Sn0w knows. Observatory's coming in. Everything's great. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a great time. It's the summertime in the Northern Hemisphere. It's winter in the Southern Hemisphere. I believe I looked into this the other day, and I was kind of surprised. What percentage of people live in the Northern Hemisphere versus the Southern Hemisphere? And I looked it up. Yeah, the number of people that live in the Northern Hemisphere is 90%! 6.8 billion people live in the Northern Hemisphere, and 1 billion people live in the Southern Hemisphere. Like, that's an incredible minority situation for people in the Southern Hemisphere. There's less landmass down there, obviously. Like, I mean, India and China are both in the Northern Hemispheres for the most part. So, I mean, that helps immensely. And a lot of the Southern Hemisphere is ocean compared to land, so I get it. But maybe in the future, when humanity builds giant floating cities in the ocean, the Southern Hemisphere will maybe catch up with the Northern Hemisphere, but I'm not sure that's ever going to happen. Anyway, Dragoon's on the move out. They have an observer. They've got range. They're looking fancy and free. Ooh, and it's Reavers on 2 base, too. Yeah, Reaver shenanigans. So Spider Mines help against Reavers. Turret's obviously going to be very good here, too. Goliaths would be nice, but not sure we're going for that yet. Dragoons want to bust this bunker or kill a tank. Mihu says, no, you don't get to bust the bunker or kill the tank. Screw you, man. Siege mode is not done yet. Doesn't mean I can't defend against your Dragoons. They are weak. My siege tanks are strong. That is not how Mihu talks, because he's not Russian. He is Chinese. But maybe he could. Maybe if he was speaking with a Russian accent. Maybe. What do you think a Chinese person sounds like when they're trying to speak with a Russian accent? Interesting. Anyway, third base from Sn0w. I am just a little distracted on the cast today, aren't I? Nothing crazy is happening, though. Yeah, he hard-walled against vultures. He had to kill his own pylon to get out of there. Kind of funny. Third base warping in. We've got siege tanks. We've got spider mines. We've got reavers. That's interesting. We've got turrets to help with that. We've got a starport coming in. A drop would be good. Also a wraith. You make a single wraith, and all of a sudden, all of the reaver drop stuff just kind of goes away. I mean, eventually we'll start bringing Dragoons with the reavers in order to counter the wraith, but for a minute, you shut it down immediately. So we're going to get... still no Goliaths yet. I don't know how worried Mihu is about this potential of slow shuttle droppage, but he should be worried about it. Is he gonna... Ooh, maybe it's gonna... No, he can't push the front. We've got siege tanks here, man. That's not gonna be okay. Alright, well, into the main base we go. Spider Mine's getting laid just in the nick of time. Although, finding the perfect position... I guess he could have unloaded here. Not triggered a Spider Mine. Maybe he just gets into the mineral line, unloads the Reaver, and says, YOLO! Takes down a turret. And then... a single vulture, and maybe another vulture? Nope, injures it, though. And, yeah, once again. Okay, couple vultures down. I don't... Finally gets an SCV here. Sn0w does. And then he gets out. And then shuttle speed is finished, which is nice. So that was weird. He drops right inside the mineral line, kills a turret, kills like 4 vultures, and then an SCV, and then gets out. I mean, I guess get what you can get, right? Because we see a lot of the time, Protoss players show up with a Reaver, unload it here, chase the SCVs, but then they're running. And they run all the way out here, and the Scarab does no damage at all. So I think he took the damage he could get. He's back for more, by the way. There you go. Reaver. Trying to kill that tank. Nice pickup. Nice dodge. Tank goes down. Dragoon wants to take down the missile turret. We've got a Goliath here as well trying to chase away. Another SCV gets sniped. This Reaver's not, it's not crushing it, but another Goliath dies. Oh, he catches a Spider Mine and dies, though. There we go. The chaos in the main base of Mihu the Great was real there for a minute. Very, very fun. Meanwhile, third base from Sn0w's looking good. He's at 58 probes, which is fantastic. Got some idle probes down here in the main, which is not fantastic. Usually about the time we start getting speed lots, right? Around this time you say, Dragoons and Reavers are good and everything, but also getting speed for my Zealots is pretty fantastic against the siege tanks, especially. If you don't have speed loss and the enemy's got a bunch of siege tanks, you kind of just die. Unless you want carriers, which maybe... Oh, here we go. Citadel coming in. Even if Sn0w is planning on going for carriers at some point, which he very well could do, he does still want speed lots for run-bys, for defense against the Zealots, because nobody goes pure carrier anymore. Yeah, look at this. Scanning for carriers. Sees extra gates and says, okay, so that's not what it is. Barracks. Repairing the racks. Maybe setting up a third base. Just kidding, as the command center flees for its life. Dropships, yes. Starport finally getting some use here. There's one cannon inside the main base. I feel like that would be incredibly good. Some kind of vulture drop in there would be nice. Maybe bring a tank along with you. Third base again, just delayed. It's not going to be denied, but it's going to be delayed. He's trying to slow Zealot. Sure, man, slow Zealots. They killed the tank on the, not on the high ground, but the one that is inside this third base. And a fifth base coming up 12 o'clock from Sn0w. He's really, really crushing it right now. Is another scan? You think he continues to scan up here just to see if the Protoss is parked in this position or not? And not really, no. Turns out, not so much. Scarabs in production. Templar Archives is on the way here, too. Everything's good. Oh, also, quick plug for the live stream. I'm playing through the StarCraft campaign right now at twitch.tv/FalconPaladin and here on this channel. So if you come to the channel, youtube.com/FalconPaladin, and click the live button, you'll see if I'm live or not. That shuttle died immediately, and, this one still has a Reaver in it. Were there 3 shuttles here? Or the... Oh, Spider Mine dodging, but there's so much. There's so much here for Mihu. He's taking some hits. You know, he's more defended now. He's more protected. Yeah, if you want to see Falcon play the StarCraft campaign, StarCraft 1 and Brood War, check it out. Vulture Drop does a couple probe kills, nothing really to write home about. It's still 65 to 58 workers now in favor of Sn0w. This Nexus allowing him to make even more probes at the same time is absolutely devastating if you're Mihu the Great right now. And, oh gosh. He's like, I'm going to lose this anyway. Unload the Reaver first. He's trying to kill a tank before he dies? No, absolutely not. Not even close, sir. Good turret positioning there by Mihu. Spider Mines inside the main base are a little bit concerning. A Reaver could pop out of this and maybe come around this way and trigger a Spider Mine, but we'll see if that happens or not. You'll notice that our Protoss is not taking this base or this base because against Terran, tanks park tanks. Terran parks tanks here, and these bases die immediately. It's very sad. Third base running happily for Mihu now. On Polypoid and on Neo Sylphid, there's always a time where the Protoss goes for a full send on this third base. It's a choke. It's not a super narrow choke. It's the third base of the Terran. And then the Protoss decides they want to kill it pretty much every time. So we'll see if Sn0w sends there or not. Mihu decides it's time to move out. He says, all right, what do we got? We've got 2-1 upgrades on our tanks. The Protoss is at 1-0. And what did I say? What did I say would happen? It's a kind of a full send down here, except, well, there's no Zealots, which you kind of need if you're going to do that. Okay, here we go. 1 million Zealots have said, yes, I heard somebody say our name. So more tanks come over. Vulture's coming over. He's worried about this. And yeah, here we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They just full send. Like, it doesn't matter what the Terran has up here. The Protoss is like, I am compelled to try to kill your third base, even if you've got, you know, 10 siege tanks and 8 vultures, and we'll storm your SCVs while we're at it. And then once the Zealots are dead, it's always time to pull back, but, you know, that was okay. Worker count is 65 to 49 in favor of Sn0w. It's expanding again. I mean, look, he can't take this base or this base, so he might as well go for the ones that aren't that, and that's this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is, you know, first 15 minutes of the game is heavily Protoss. They're expanding a lot. They're harassing. They're getting Reaver drops, especially if you're Sn0w. But now that turns on 3 bases and getting a 4th base, the rampage will begin. Terran fans know how this works. I wouldn't be surprised if some Terran fans just kind of skip long PvTs. Like, skip the first half of it and be like, okay, so the Terran's going to sit back and defend and defend and defend and defend. And not really get much done on the other side of the map. And then they will awaken my sleeping giant. Stormed again. And they will start rampaging and they will start killing bases. The main base, the natural base. This 12 o'clock, then one next door. Right? Mihu's gonna have to do that. If you end up being in a PvT where you just sit in your base the entire time, guess what happens? You die. That's it. I saw a post today about someone's favorite TV show and their top 10, but hey, we'll talk about that in a second. Again, it's another full send into the 3rd base. Size storming the tanks and SCVs. They evacuated before that happened. But man, 3rd base lifting off. But man, these tanks here outside, it's not low ground, but outside being protected by this ridge. Archoning, no. Oh, bringing, okay, back in. Killing a science vessel. Beautiful snipe. And he wants the CC landed, but it was not safe to land, and he gets it. Uh-oh. That might be it. Is this game over? 3rd base dies. Yeah, he's got a 4th base, but Sn0w's expanding behind this, up to the right side, too. So yeah, bottom line, what's your favorite TV show ever? All-time favorite TV show? Let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. I'm trying to think what my favorite TV show of all time is. Might be 30 Rock. I don't rewatch a lot of stuff. I don't have the time for it. But sometimes I will be like, you know what I want to do? Watch a random 30 Rock episode from season 3. From back in like 2009. And it's just always good. It is the most consistently excellent, consistently funny show I've ever seen. Arrested Development's up there too. Season 1 anyway. Well, check it out. All right, here we go. Zealots, Dragoons, again, into a lot of siege tanks, man. Once the Zealots are gone, it's time to get out. Good size storm on the tanks, bruising them up. Ooh, D-Matrix keeping that tank alive. No, the friendly fire splash of the siege tank buddies kill him instead. And High Templar just taking a really, really roundabout and terrible path to join this party. They take siege tank shots and die. But yeah, man, look. 3rd base, not here. 4th base, sure, but there's no gas. Scans. We know what that scan was. Ooh, good snipe on a High Templar. All right, Mihu. All right, Mihu. I see you. He's trying to snipe High Templar with a Vulture, trying to get back into this game. But, dude, Sn0w being on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases to 3 bases. All right, it's 4 now. It's getting up to be 4 again. It is just, you cannot be happier about this spot. If you are our guy, Sn0w, he's happy as a clam. So here's a question. Why is happy as a clam? Are clams particularly happy? Clams are happiest when they are submerged and safe from predators during high tide. At low tide, clams are more vulnerable to being collected. High tide prevents them a sense of security and contentment. Okay, so it's happy as a clam at high water is the original one. And then we shortened it. Hey, guess what's under attack? The 3rd base of Mihu again. He killed it once. Sn0w says we can kill it again. And no, you can't. Not this time. Good grief. All right, tanks are at 3-1. Weird upgrade. 2-0 here with no further 3 attack coming in. Nice snipe on a High Templar from Sn0w. He's thinking about it maybe expanding here because he's kind of running out of places to go. He either goes here, bad, or here, which is, I mean, actually, considering how much he controls this position, maybe expanding here is not a terrible idea. Oh, I guess there's this base too, which the Terran is actively taking. We're scanning. He sees the Nexus coming up and says, okay, park a tank. Let's go. Yep. He's like, we're going to park a tank here. Set up the ability to do that. And then Sn0w says, you split your army in half. I'm going to come right down the middle. Tanks on the right side. Tanks on the left side. There we go. Now choosing the left, but that's too many tanks. This, I mean, it's a lot of tanks. It might be carrier transition time here from Sn0w at 19 minutes. I'm just tossing that out there because this is a lot of siege tank. That said, maybe Zealot bombs. A little less attacking over the ground, a little more coming in from the sky. Yeah, and I think Sn0w knew there was a very small chance that he would be able... He'd be able to actually hold on to this base because, oh, the Terran's parking where he needs to park. Psy stormed it up. No, okay, got rid of those tanks. Great storm, like S-tier storm there. Incredible stuff. Spider mines. Well, it wasn't a Reaver that died to the Spider mines. It was a Dragoon. It actually could have been a Reaver earlier, too. I just probably missed it if that happened. Yeah, just Sn0w is kind of like, you can have this base. I will allow you to have this base. Because that means you're not killing these other bases, which mean more to me right now. He's even taken this one. Yeah, I kind of like this from Sn0w. This is a little bit of a high IQ play. High Q. It's a high Q play. You know what I meant. I have a high IQ, obviously. Charging into the third base again. Drinking game. Every time Sn0w attacks Mihu's the third base, Mihu the Great's third base, take a shot. Look at that. He is going to try to expand over here. What a madman. I love it. Although this is a big base for the Terran, and he keeps holding on to the third. And they've got a fifth. It's not like he's dying out here. It's not like he's stuck on 3 bases. If he was on 3 bases, he'd be dead already. But he's on 5, which is substantially better. So, Sn0w keeps trying the same thing over and over here. I don't know what that's all about. Either add some arbiters or start dropping, man. You can't just gateway man without any shuttles and expect to beat somebody like this. Like, it's weird to me I have to have this conversation with Sn0w. He comes down to the third base for the 27th time. Once again, kills a bunch of tanks. It's nice. But he's only been able to kill the command center once. Also, maybe kill this vulture that has actually been given enough time to almost take down an entire pylon. There we go. Now the probe can kill over here, or expand here. The probe's like, I don't know how I'm alive, except for the fact that Mihu just didn't notice me. I held very still. He hunts through tracking movement like Tyrannosaurus Rexes, you see. And there's just... Mihu's not been able to get across the map at all today. Not a single time. I guess he killed this base, but I really feel like that was just a sacrificial base. That Sn0w is okay with losing because obvious reasons. Still, it's a maxed out Terran with +3 attack and +2 armor, and it's not good. Psystorm at the third base kills an SCV, but with Dragoon support. Oh, okay. Well, this command center wants to die. What? Mihu. All right. He's Mihu the okay right now. That was a terrible decision to send that command center in that spot. What are you doing, man? Not charging in. Psystorm, yes. Look at this, Sn0w. Just build a Nexus. You're probably going to lose it, but any amount of money you can drain off these minerals is money that Mihu's not getting later. I'm just not sure that Mihu's really had much of an opportunity to get out here and attack because Sn0w has been macroing and sending and macroing and sending. His macro cycles are through the roof right now. The barracks dies. No, for more factories, you must rebuild that barracks. Dragoons charging on into this 5th base and Stutter stepping up the ramp and saying, we already killed some of these tanks with Zealots earlier. All right. Yeah, I like it. It's easier for Dragoons to kill missile turrets than SCVs. So kill some missile turrets. Make it easier for further and future drops to do better here. Yeah, gets it. Nicely done. It's a 4-kill Dragoon. He's not dead yet. Okay, now he's super dead. Yeah, this base has been working for a while. This base dies. So Mihu takes it. And this is a little too close to the map being split in half right now for Sn0w, I think. Also, he needs more shuttles. He's producing more shuttles, I get it, but man, look at this. Nice concave, nice surround, but where are the zealots? Good size storm on that clumped up group of tanks. If he can knock out this position and get over to the right side, 3 o'clock, I think he can really solidify a high-level spot in this game. He's trying his best. High Templar wandering into the front because he's probably in a control group somewhere. And no, actually, Sn0w can't break through that. Mihu holds on to it. Mihu holds on to the third base. This is his hope. This is his great hope, sir. And guess who's back? Sn0w is back! This guy just continues to not let Mihu breathe. He never gets to take a beat and figure out what he's doing. Sn0w is relentlessly crushing. He's killing tanks and then he falls back. He's got a bank. Mihu doesn't. It's not a giant bank. It's 5,000 minerals, but only about 2,000 gas. Yeah, using Psystorm on Vultures is not what you want to do. But man, this is the longest I think I've seen a Protoss hold on to this base against a Terran in the history of Neo Sylphid. It's usually way dead by now, but Mihu has not been able to get out of here. And it's really, really hurting him. Yeah. Behold. D-Matrix on a siege tank. Kept it alive for a minute. More D-Matrix. Nice spider mine connection on a couple of those Dragoons. This, once again, I love it. He just sneaks in like 4 Dragoons into this base. It's very funny that he manages to do this. Worker count is 64 to 68 in favor of Sn0w. A lot of mining time, just lost mining time here in a situation where you're kind of trying to get as much money as you can because Sn0w is on 800 bases. And here we go once more into the breach. He's got ginormous armies everywhere ready to go. Oh, did you bring your tanks to the left side? Let's go hit the right side again. Just yo-yoing Mihu the Great back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Charging in again, ladies and gentlemen. Psystorm, yes. Psystorm, yes. Once again, I don't think he can... just kidding. He can get into the 3 o'clock. No! Uh-oh, this might be a GG. Like I said, this third base is all of Mihu's hopes and dreams, and if it's dead... focus on the CC. Focus on the CC. Focus on the CC. Focus on the CC. You've got the +2 attack. He doesn't even have +3 attack, ladies and gentlemen. How does Sn0w not have a +2 attack here today? Or a +3 attack here? Because it's almost done at 28 minutes, though. Good grief. Yeah, refinery dies. Got to bring some tanks in to deal with this. And while all this money is getting shut down, well, guess who's macroing more and bringing another army to the party? Yeah, it's behind the mineral line. And then this is it. Yeah, third base can't get rebuilt because there are Dragoons behind the mineral line, and 15 Zealots and 10 Dragoons showed up and 4 High Templar, and this is... Yeah, SCV is trying to go in there. Guys, you don't want to go in here. This is where everybody dies. Okay, but actually, take the tank down. There you go. Yeah, that's a GG. 160 to 97 supply. Wow! Sn0w just throttled Mihu here. Look, we've seen Mihu win games against great players, okay? But this was not one of those games. Technically, he's still in it, which is exciting. It's over. Mihu, bud, it's over, man. It's over. This base is back. Got another huge group. +3 his attack is done now from Sn0w. If he had +3, does he win this thing 10 minutes earlier? Maybe he does. Look at this. He's got units he's produced he's not even using. He has so many. I mean, totally cracking a entrenched Terran player like this is not fun. I get it. I do. But it's over, not too late. What is it? Don't cry because it's over, cry because it happened. Look, man. You took Sn0w to a 30-minute PvT. You should pat yourself on the back for that, but that's a GG. Done. Mihu taps out. Sn0w is our winner in 30 minutes and 38 seconds. G. That was awesome. That was really, really, really awesome. What a play. What a fantastically, wonderfully, excellently played game by Sn0w. I just haven't seen that much aggression in a PvT in a while. Like, that's how you want to play, right? Expand and continue the pressure on the Terran until they fall over and die. And that's exactly what happened here. I'll always remember, you know what I'm going to say, the Light versus Flash, where Light is off-racing as Protoss. And he just does that. He expands a bunch. He keeps the pressure up forever, right? Keeps the pressure up forever. And then Flash just kind of falls over eventually. Too many bases for the Protoss. Too few bases for the Terran. Too many bases down for the Terran. Too many tanks dead. And yeah, this is Sn0w just not quite at the peak of his powers because I feel like that +3 was late. But otherwise, I loved this move. This move where he's like, come kill this base. Oh no, I don't have 4 other bases on the other side of the map you can't focus on if you're killing this one. And then he takes it anyway. What a Chad. So yeah, I mean, from Reavers to Dragoons and Zealots and Psystorm, I thought he needed more shuttles. He did not. Sn0w was fine. So what do we got? 293,000 points to 258,000 in favor of Sn0w. He got outproduced and outkilled today, but by 1. That's a major number. 26 to 8 buildings raised in favor of Sn0w, and the total spend here, the outspend was, golly, 27,000 resources in 30 minutes is great. Super great. All right, well, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, and Instagram, as well as Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out, and you take care of yourself.